up, everybody, man? Another episode of the CAMOTALK podcast, man. And I got a special guest right here with me today, man. A person that is constantly on the rise, growing. Mr. TimToo0fficxl, man. Mr. ETS and 5, Mr. 40 Acres and a Mule, Mr. Never Not Working, Mr. Gotta Get It All, man. I can go all day now. But I want to leave some room for you, man, to introduce who you are, man. For the people who don't know, the 3 or 5 people who don't, who are you, man?
What's going on, y'all, man? I'm Timothy Hayes, also known as TimToo0fficxl. Also Specialist Hayes in the military, 21 years old, entrepreneur, philanthropist, giving back to the community, man, doing what I can to be an aspiration to people young and old, man, just doing the right thing at the right time at the right place.
For sure, man. For sure. And you definitely doing that, man. From the day that we crossed paths on social media to now, it has just been a upwards climb for you, man. Doing everything from your community events, ETS, and you speaking on just being black in the military. You speaking on entrepreneurship. You speaking on not letting the military be the only egg in your basket, man. You are the type of person that I consider to maximize the time that you have in the military, man. You maxed out a contract, you use the tools available to you, man. So one thing I really want to point out, man, one thing that I truly see when I look at you, man, is you let people know as a black person in the military, you owe it to your ancestors to get everything that you can out of this, man. Everything that you can to break those generational curses, to set your family up so far ahead, right? How important, like, who instilled that in you to say, you know what, I'm not wasting no time, I'm getting straight to it?
I think it was just my environment. My environment, being young and seeing everything that I seen, the poverty, what I'm saying, the lack thereof, and the lack of motivation or even the knowledge to know where to start and building something. And as I got older and I learned in school, what I'm saying, all of our history and Black American history. And then as I got older to become a young adult and join the military. And just, I always hearing the phrase, I always heard the phrase 40 acres and a mule. But then, once I started to realize the benefits that came with the military and how I could use that to help me, in fixing my generational line, and it's kind of stuck. It just kind of, stuck with me.
Mm.
Like, this is one of the few things that I got to get right.
Have you ever planned on doing more than one contract, or you just said, as soon as I get in, I'm getting it, I'm getting gone?
Yeah, I don't never thought, I don't, it was so long ago since I joined.
It wasn't that long
I
ago,
think I
not
think I
like me.
wanted. Yeah, I think I wanted to do 20 years. I think I wanted to do 20 years when I got in. But after AIT, it was just like I think it was just something. It was just too relaxed. It was just too relaxed. So I don't think I really got the whole my mind to ever be wrapped around like it's time to go be Captain America. I think after AIT, I was like, okay, I see how everything going, so I was just letting it flow. And then that's how I got the career, and I started to remember what I want to do as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Just God just allowed me to just do that in the career. We was doing events and stuff like that. So I never really, I never thought I'd just do one country. I always thought I'd do more, but I don't think I ever thought I was gonna do the whole term.
Have
Didn't
you?
think I was gonna make it.
Yes. Hey, but look at you now. Have you always been a hustler even before you came into the military?
Oh yeah. Being young, younger. I was always on social media. Like my mom never really let me go outside the house a lot, so I was always on social media. Like I tell people all the time, I was doing this way before I even thought about what the military was. Since I was like 9 years old. So
Mm.
so along them time, a lot of things changed, trends changed. I was doing all the trends on YouTube, everything you could think of. Then as I got older, and I got to get my own money, get my own equipment. I just built off of that. So I always had that hustle, and I always had that knowledge behind social media. So when I joined the military, it just kind of like boosted that because it's like a network. It's like a network pool. Ain't nothing but networking around here.
For sure. And I wouldn't even really consider you a meal top creator. You were just a creative entrepreneurship. And then the
hmm
military is just one of your tools that you use to your benefits.
Yeah,
You
I was doing TikTok. I was doing, like I said, as soon as TikTok got on, I've been making TikTok videos. It just I always just posted my life, and so when I joined the military, of course, that became part of my life. But I don't think
yeah,
any of
for
us,
sure.
I don't think a lot of us, not people that I know, would be like, okay, I'm going to join the military, pick up a camera, and become famous. Like nobody think
Yeah,
about that.
not at all. I've been in for so long and I just started do I man, this is the first time where outside of my family, people that know me, where I even extended my presence of the military out because you don't want to feel like the military is your life. You don't want
Yeah.
people to look at you like, man, that's all you talk about. That's all you are. But man, sometimes I had to learn, man, that leadership real talk helps gives your leadership reach. It gives your mentorship reach. Even with you, man, like you probably can't count how many people that you probably just spark that inspiration in and say, you know what, I'm gonna do that. That's the path that I'm gonna take. Cause now you get your CDLs, you doing all of this type of stuff, man. Like, do you
Mm-hmm.
mind running down like all of your business ventures, man?
As far as what, as
Everything you
far as,
got going on. You got your CDLs, you got your
okay,
chosen
okay, okay.
promotion clothing line.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, CDL was like I don't even know if I drive when I get out. That was just like my plan Z. You know what I'm saying? Something to fall
Mm,
back on. You got to always have something to fall back on when you're
for
chasing your
sure.
goals. But as far as my company, we're multi-interest company, so we give back to the community as far as like events, car meets, boxing events. We've
Mm,
done YouTube for the community as well. Just getting that exposure. We're also planning to do like mental days. Like I just got through doing a business with a lounge. We're gonna do like mental days. That's part of our like promotion and marketing department. We also have our clothing department, which we do our clothing brand, our swim gear and stuff like that. And we allow people to model. We have our ambassadors. We also have a boxer in Korea that
mm.
represents us as well. And so that's kind of like the main thing. But also, like I said, promoting as far as like events, interviews, stuff of that nature, all around.
You say you're 21.
Yeah, 21.
21 and got all this going on. I know people I'm my age and ain't even got that much going on, man.
Hmm.
So it's one of those things like, man, when you look at your life and you look at everybody around you, what do you feel like they aren't doing? You get what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel like is one of those things that people your age need to be doing?
um, um, Understanding that we don't have the time we think we have.
Mm.
Everybody think, okay, I'm gonna do this at this time, but you could be dead tomorrow. So I think a lot of people just. I think the biggest thing for my age is people are young and turnt right now. And,
Yeah,
and,
oh,
and
for
that's
sure.
understandable. People are young and turnt, so they're not worrying about doing it. They're just worrying about a 9 to 5 or making money every now and then, living paycheck to paycheck. But as long as I'm getting the newest Jordans, as long as I'm going to the club and looking fly, that's what's going on right now. That's what's going on in the culture right now for my age. But the
Mm.
biggest thing is like separating yourself with that, because once you separate yourself from doing all this and that and focus on your family and your goals and your dreams and know what you want to do, and once you understand you don't have that time, that's going to spark that drive. And then also always having that hustling instincts. But you see it all the time. I get, and sometimes it baffles me. I get a bunch of questions, even people older than me, and so we have to be mindful to not judge people, on their path, because some people just don't have that drive or don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing for me as I was young, I just kept that. So I say for people my age, what they need to be doing, and just understanding that time goes so fast, and you're gonna be in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, and you're not gonna have none of your name, no degree, no family, no nothing. You're not
Yes.
gonna have nothing.
Yes.
And that's what's being pushed. Just what I'm saying, being young and turn. Don't worry about the family. Don't worry about getting married. This and that. This and that. Everything gonna come. Just let it come. But stuff don't come. You have to get it. You have to hustle. It ain't gonna come to you free.
Yeah, but like you were saying, man, we really don't have enough time, man. Tomorrow never comes for a lot of people. So
Mm.
you just one of those people that motivate people, man, to hit the ground running. I kind of want to double back to what you spoke on with your community event, boxing event, because you're going through a little turmoil right now with a situation that happened. You mind explaining that, man?
Yeah, so we had a boxing match, boxing event for the community. I want to say August the 16th. We had it for one location, but it ended up raining, so we wanted to be safer for our boxer, and we started doing it. We decided to do it at another location that we seen on the map. It was like a little neighborhood apartment, everything. You know what I'm saying? Kids came out as well. It went so well. It was one of my most. I think it was my most successful event on my own, because I have a team as well, but they're out
Hmm.
doing their trucking and real estate. So it was the most successful event I had. Everything went well. The cops came out, showed love. First time I ever had cops show love to an event. So good event. 5 days later, I guess two people that was at the event, they ended up losing their one ended up losing his life. And I guess when people are grieving and upset, they want to find someone to blame, instead of the person that actually did it. So we was accused of, I guess, being wrapped up in all these things. So I went to the news to kind of like clear my name, because this is my business and my company.
Yeah.
And I work too hard and I put too much, what I'm saying, not to get nothing back, but it's just what I do for the community. And I also spoke with the detectives as well. So it's one of those things where it's just like, You know what I'm saying? The devil gonna always try to, stop you from doing what you're doing. But when you got a purpose and you know what you're doing is right and you know you're on the right path, ain't nothing gonna stop you. There's nothing on God's green earth that can stop me. So that's going on
100%.
right now, and I'm praying for the. I have no ill will towards the family, even though they don't know what they're doing or what their grief is causing other people. I still have no ill will towards them. If I
Yeah,
yeah.
seeing that, man, and how you just kind of, if I could use one word to describe you, man, I would say faith.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think it's any message I've ever seen you give, anything I ever seen you say where it wasn't rooted in faith.
Mm.
Like you one of those Southern boys, man, grew up in the church, things like that, man. Because it's hard to keep the faith when you're in the military, even though
No.
that's the number one place you need to have it.
Yeah. Whew.
So how important is faith to you, man?
Man, everything,
Mm.
everything. It's the reason I am who I am. The reason I have what I have, and I hustle how I hustle. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm not living for myself. I know that there's something greater than me. I know that there's someone greater than me, and I know that there's someone that came before me and that's coming after me. And that what I'm saying, we need to be aligned with each other. I need to be doing what I need to be doing so that my daughters and my church can be okay, and that their church and church can come be okay. And all that stuff comes from the good Lord above. But that's what allows me to go through these certain things. Even right now, you got people. You know what I'm saying, trying to mix what I said about Chicago and all that
Oh
with the
man.
stuff. And it's just like I don't let that stuff bother me because I know who's watching over me. I know that Jesus, he got everything that I need. So I don't worry. So that's why I handle things the way that I handle. I speak the way I speak and I don't look back.
Man, I that whole situation with Chicago, man, and I seen a lot of people post videos and take them down, but I'm like, but this is what I realized, bro. When people look at you and see something they don't like, they only gonna hear you through ignorance. Like
Mm-hmm.
your message was basically saying, look, stand down, don't do anything. This is not what y'all need to be doing. People are looking at you like you were the one that's saying the army ain't ready for Chicago, blah blah blah, and that's how they looking at it with me. I'm like, that is not what I said at all. But this is what comes with meal talk, man, having to maneuver through the ignorance, man. Like,
Yeah.
how have you been able to maneuver through the ignorance? Because you went through a lot. Like
Yeah.
you've been in the midst of a lot of social media issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that just shows your power that you haven't let any
Yeah.
of it break you down from the moment that we had the hair conversation to now. So it's like you've been through a lot, man. How do you even manage?
I think when I first got my Article 15 in South Korea, uh, for drinking underage, and it was actually the NCO that I put some EO complaints and short complaints on for my battle buddies that didn't know what they was going on. He ended up. I was going through some stuff, of course, you know what I'm saying, drinking, doing what I was doing, and he was the one that called the MPs on me on my birthday. So after that, that kind of like got me to understand that sometimes you have to look out for yourself and make sure that when you're doing certain things that you're squared away as well, you're not doing the wrong thing. So after that moment, I told myself I'd never let nobody play with me, fool me, no matter who it was. I never let like the general can't even play with me. You never know. So after that, anything I get into, man, I always stand 10 toes. Even when I was speaking about when my people died in that field, and it was just like, why do you say that this and that? Because at the end of the day, I go to God before I speak. I'm
Yeah,
articulate. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I say, I know I'm saying it with no ill will. And I was just talking to Master Sergeant Parker that he seen the video. He was telling me, you know what I'm saying, about certain things. And I told him, you know what I'm saying, I can't help how other people feel because
yeah.
their perception is their reality, but that's not mine. So as long as I know that my intentions are pure, then I'm gonna stand on that. Because if I stand for nothing, I'm gonna fall for anything.
100%. That is so real, man. And I like that is the example that people have to set. And like when you say people not playing with you, that is in no disrespectful way. That is just
Yeah.
you saying that I'm going to articulate myself and I'm going to be able to stand on what I said because I know what my intentions were.
Right. Yeah.
So many people want to talk strong to you, hoping that you back down so they can say, "Well, that is what you meant." Because look at you changing now. No, see, that's how I look at it, bro. Because there's been so many times where people, I feel like, bro, people will purposely misunderstand what you say so they can paint the picture, paint the narrative, right? So they say
Mm-hmm.
these things and they will overtalk you, talk strong to you, hoping that you just back down, but that ain't what we do. You know what
Mm-mm,
I'm
not at
saying?
all. No.
That's
Not
that's
no.
why I'm such a I tell soldiers all the time, man, advocate for yourself. And if you
Mm-hmm.
can't advocate for yourself, surround yourself with people that will speak up for you, man. Leadership doesn't have a rank.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership, that E1 can be just as much as a leader at that sergeant major, man. But at the end of
Mhm.
the day, it is your career, it is your life. You have to be able to go home and say that I did everything that I could do today, and I did it right.
Right.
Like for
Amen. 100%.
all the wisdom that you got, man, all of the things that you have to offer, man. Like, bro, what's next for you, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, you accomplished so much at such a young age. Like, what else is there? You know what I'm saying? I know it's the world, right? But
Mhm.
it's so many. Like, do you have a plan? Do you have a pathway? Or you just following your purpose, wherever your feet leads you?
Nah, it's the moon. There's footsteps on the moon, so I gotta get there. I gotta get there. But people ask me all the time, why you getting out? Well, what plans do you have? And like I said, first of all, you gotta have your plan B. I mean, your plan Z. You gotta have a plan Z, not just plan B, because sometimes that don't work as well. So
Yeah.
my plan B is my CDL. So when I get out the military, of course I'll be waiting for my VA to drop, but I'll probably be trucking part time as I'm building myself, and also I have a settlement because I got into a car accident a couple
Mm,
months back, and so I'm waiting for that to drop as well. So everything that's been aligning for me to the point to where I'm able to not really work, you know what I'm saying? Because once that VA hit, I'm gonna go back to school as well. So once I'm going back to
mm,
school and stuff like that, I'm gonna be building my business. I'm gonna be building my business, and also expanding with the investments that I'm gonna begin as well. As far as like doing more for the community. Like right now, I'm doing a basic level, but you know what I'm saying. When I get to where I want to, financially, I'll be able to, what I'm saying, do some big events like big back to school, what I'm saying, have vendors as well. Cause I know how to get
yeah.
I know how to do events. I know how to give the vendors, DJ, I know how to do all that. It just takes the resources. So that's
Yeah.
all I'm waiting on. Once I get the resource, you're gonna be seeing bigger events. You're gonna be seeing more clothing from me, more production. You're just gonna see all around this entrepreneurship, building that next generation. Because sometimes you do need to be able to reach out and touch people. Sometimes you
Yeah.
got you got to be like, okay, I didn't have nobody growing up, nobody looked out for us, so I can't be selfish. I got to look out for them, like what I'm doing now on social media, and
And sometimes
still advocating for soldiers on this platform.
and sometimes it's not even about being selfish, right? Opening
Mm.
that door for people. Sometimes it's just being visible for people to see. Sometimes
Mm.
somebody can look at you and be like, man, he did it. I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
he
yeah,
looked just like me. He act like me. He talked like me. He from the same place as me. I know it's a way out. Cause like, bro,
representation. That's
when I was
important.
yeah, when I was growing up, man, it was the drug dealer, the warehouse workers, the supervisors, and maybe the random person that went to the NFL or something. I didn't know starting a business seemed like going to the moon to us. But then
Hmm.
as we get
Yeah,
older, we start seeing people that look like us do it. I'm like, bro, this it can't be that hard. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But I tell people all the time,
there we
man,
go.
sometimes, you know, we have to get through those doors. We have to get to those next levels and not be scared to leave that door open for the next person.
Yes,
That's
bro, we
that's
can't.
truly
Yeah.
how I feel. It's one of those things, man, was like and that's why being black in the military, bro, it's one of those things that no matter who you are, somebody in your family is gonna have a feeling about it. You
Yeah.
working for that white man army. Them folk don't care about you and all that. Listen, I'm willing to take the risk to
Hmm.
get these tools to set
Hmm.
it up for everybody else
Most
behind me.
definitely. And
That's
I'm
what
doing
people don't
and I'm
realize.
doing it the right way. And I tell people all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like I've gotten to the point, man, where I'm so confident in me. I'm not insecure enough to where I gotta respond to whatever somebody has to
Yeah.
say that opposes me. I'm secure enough in my own confidence. But sometimes I be bored. So I tell people all the time, I'm like, at the end of the day, you have to make decisions as a young man and also growing into, what I'm saying, an older adult, whether you would want to, what I'm saying, you want to sell drugs from the streets, knowing knowing you know what I'm saying, you're infecting our communities. You got dope heads, like literally the crackheads that I grew up and I seen were the result of people that were black that was doing this stuff in their community. The
Yeah.
uh the the broken homes that I see, the children without fathers. A black man killed another black man because he felt the way, because of their ego. So the way
Yep.
I see it, I'd rather go serve, get what I got to get, my 40 acres and a mule, and be somebody for my family than be a drug dealer on the streets that terrorizing our people. Because that's why a lot of stuff is happening now. We can't blame everybody else, right? Things happen, but we can't blame it. We have to hold ourselves accountable. So I hold them to the fire quick. You can say this and that, but guess what? I'm not on the street selling drugs.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not taking my auntie daughter's lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not making nobody fatherless. I'm not doing none of that. Actually, I'm not doing what you even think I'm doing. I'm
Man,
I'm pumping
that's
I'm
so
pumping
real,
I'm
bro.
pumping fuel. I'm pumping fuel, man, every day. And if some pop off, I'm here to serve your crazy ass.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. But like I said, people only see and hear with ignorance. So they see
Yes.
you, they see the hairstyle, they see the chain, they see the car, they see the bravado. Because I don't call it arrogance, man. Because
Yeah.
everything that you say is rooted in confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you ain't just talking for no reason. You have established yourself to be able to talk this way. But
Mm-hmm.
people are still gonna look at you and see that black person that might rob me. They still gonna see you and clutch their purse a little tight. I think it's funny. I do think it's funny when that type of stuff happens, but man, like you said earlier, man, representation is so important, dog.
Yes.
Representation is so important. Like when I was growing up, man, it wasn't no fathers in the house. I lived
Mm-hmm.
in a neighborhood that was all single mothers. So
Yeah.
when growing up, I didn't know like, oh, you got to be faithful to one woman. You got to
Mm-hmm.
be with the mother. You know what I'm saying? So now I
Yeah.
look at
Get
all
all
these.
that.
Yeah, so I didn't see that it was wrong until I grew up and I saw the lies that those people who did. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That's
Mm.
the right way. I know a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people gonna take that wrong, man. Man, woman, child supposed to be in that household, man. That child is
Mm-hmm.
supposed to see two loving parents. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know whatever that love, whatever that equation of love look like. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody, but we gotta raise these children inside the home, man. You can't have a
100%.
child here. You can't have a child there because they not being fully developed.
Mm-mm.
But I'm so glad, man, that when you talk about the things that you doing, you so focused on your family and your child, and you say that everything I'm doing is for them.
Yeah.
So many people got
100%.
children, and so many people got children, bro, and wives and all that, and so selfish that when you look at them on social media, it's like, bro, you seem like you making this all about you. You got
And
a
not
kid.
only
What you
that,
trying to
and not
leave
only
them?
that, man, and not only that, people would be like, oh, I had one of my friends, related to like my in-laws. He was like, oh man, I'm not trying to get married or do the right thing until I get the house I want, until I get the car I want. And I said, well, what if you don't get that? You're still going to be doing what you know is wrong.
Yeah,
And that's people mindset. People mind, especially my age. People like, oh, I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying? I had my daughter before. I guess I made it. I had my
yeah,
daughter before. I guess I was established. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it don't matter if you a child's not a hindrance. You are the
yeah.
only hindrance that you have. Nothing is a
If
hindrance that
anything, it should
you
be a
supposed to do.
motivator.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And people are like, tell how you do this and that because now I got more responsibility. And I tell
yes,
people it's not just I can't just let me just rest and calm down. No, I got to keep going because if I don't keep going,
yeah.
they don't fall. So
That's
that's
what I
that
tell.
that's that motivation.
I tell folks all the time, man. When people say like, "I gotta wait till I get this," I gotta wait till I get that. The right woman or the right man will get you there. Like
Ah,
right
come on.
now, you like you got to put that person in your corner that's gonna help you get to it, man. Because it's gonna be the easiest thing in the world to do is give up on yourself. If
Yes.
you got somebody they gonna allow you to give up, man, you got the world in the palm of your hand, man.
Yeah.
All the I gotta wait till the right time. I gotta man. But why you doing is you still making broken homes. Why you doing is you
Mm.
still ruining these men and women's lives by leading
Come
them
on.
on and all that type of stuff, man.
Come
Like
on.
people gotta understand, man. All of that stuff comes back, bro.
Yeah.
I truly feel like the energy that you put into the atmosphere is gonna always come back. That's why you see all these dudes. Well, you probably live long enough yet to see it, but with all these dudes who felt like, man, I was a man back in the day. I had all the women. But you 50, 60 years old now with nothing. You going to your mama, God willing, still living every other week to get a plate. You ain't got no woman to take care of.
Mm.
You ain't got no kids to go
Mm.
talk to. It's like, man, y'all can't see the future. Y'all can't see how your actions right now is gonna lead you down the path that you, bro. Being lonely at a certain age is scary.
But
It's a miserable thing.
I feel like most people, even now, I feel like most people, they see that, but they just like people just think they got time, or people just think, okay, it's gonna switch for me. But it's just like if you're not planting those seeds now, you can't expect the harvest later.
Yeah,
It
man,
don't
bro.
work like that. It
That's
don't
so
work
real.
like that.
You ain't even got the they ain't even got the seeds yet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Yeah.
even trying to get the seeds. You just walking through the field with nothing. You look like a worker. You know what I'm saying? Walking through the field. That bro, like, and I'm so glad I made it to this age because now I
Mhm.
can look back and see all the mistakes I made in my 20s and tell the other soldiers, man, don't do that.
Yes.
Get right, focus. Fun in your 30s and 40s is totally different than the fun
Different.
in your the fun in your 20s ain't nothing but drinking and going to clubs.
Yes.
That 30, 40-year old fun, you going on trips, you trying new things. So it's like if you can sacrifice, bro, just imagine. Well, you living proof what you can accomplish in 10 years. Look what you accomplished 1 year into your 20s.
Yeah.
If I would have just from 20 to 30, just completely focused, Man, bro.
The rest of your life, man. And I think somebody said it. It was like one of them old school parable. It just like, um, I'd rather work hard now and rest easy later than
Yeah,
rest easy now and work hard for the rest of my life. That's what I
yeah.
think about. Like you said, and you said some 30, 40. What you said, 30, 40 fund is way different from your 20s
Oh yeah,
fund because,
yeah,
like I said, you got money, you got investments stacked up, you can go travel and you can go see a lot of stuff that you ain't never seen
yeah.
in different connections. But like you said, our fund now, man, you know what I'm saying, get a expensive car that we can't afford and just living
Man,
paycheck to paycheck and thinking a lot of people think and it's our fault too. A lot of people think they got it because they seen other people that they think got it and they don't got it. We praise these rappers and all these people and they live it. They literally. If people don't understand when you sign to a label, you owe the money back. All the rappers
yeah,
got is just a fat loan. If you want to be like a rapper, go to the bank and get a fat loan
yeah.
upon it, but you have to pay it
Them,
back.
man, them record labels that gave you a payday loan, and
Yes,
then
I
if you
pay they
and you
loan.
got to understand, like, ain't no album selling. It's all streaming. So you're gonna
Yeah,
be in a hole
and it's
every album.
fake.
Yeah,
And it's fake.
yeah,
You
man.
faking
See,
the streams.
bruh, it's one of those things, man. Like I was having a conversation with somebody a while ago. We was talking about a rapper, and they were saying something. They were like, "Man, so and so fell off." I said, "Man, them people y'all think fell off was never on.
They was never on.
People just look like they got it going on, man. Like it's easy, bro. It's easy to go get the fancy car that you can't afford. It's easy to go get the clothes that you can't afford. But 5, 10 years down the line, it's gonna hit you
It's
every
easy.
time.
It's easy to keep it, but it's easy to get it, but it's hard to keep it.
Hell yeah,
That's
cause
with anything. It's hard to keep it. You gotta work. You gotta work to
absolutely,
keep that thing. You gotta work to keep that
man.
with anything.
People
Job,
forget, bro.
career,
Like
everything.
that car that you got, man. No matter you gonna be paying for that car as long as that loan is there.
Long that loan is there.
Some people get 9 year loans. It's gonna be 3 new body types come out by the time you pay off that car.
And you trade,
Most
and
folks
then
can't even afford tires.
people trade it in, and they just add interest on. It's like you never got to
Yeah,
pay it off car.
it's underwater. You can't buy 4 new tires, so you be like, shit, I'm gonna trade the whole car in, get
You know,
something
trade.
new. Yeah, you ain't even set, bro. I'm telling you, I'm
But that's the
living proof.
problem. People are hustling back in. Like it's like I ain't gonna lie to you, man. From a spiritual standpoint, man, we are getting attacked so much, especially black people.
Yeah,
We are getting because like especially when I'm in uniform, like the older I get and the more I see, I don't know how it happened, but ever since I joined the military, I've been watching the news so heavy. So I think that's where a lot of my articulation come from watching the news and like seeing different sides. But when I tell you, man, we used to be tight. The black community, I can't speak for everybody else. A lot of people like, oh, you always talking about the black. I'm black. I can't, I
yeah,
can't, I can't speak from outside of my lens.
yeah,
So I see all these like these black and white videos, or you had black people marching for a purpose, and they would be locked
yeah,
on, and people would be afraid of that. We
yep,
we were so tight to where the CIA people had to try to mess us up, and
yeah,
now we to a point where nobody gotta hurt us. It's us.
yep. Bam,
And
come
you
on,
see
man.
people try to join the military and try to make it out of that. Like I promise you, if you open your eyes, it's the everything in the cycle. So when you try to get out of that, people gonna try to keep you in while you join the military. You doing this, you working for the enemy, man. The enemy right inside my camp. I'm trying to get
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Man,
Man, it's people in my neighborhood that have killed me before the people that y'all claim to kill me gonna kill
man,
me.
what?
It seems like everybody out to get each other, bro. That's why I hang around older, established gentlemen all the time, dog, because I love that village, that community. When people talk to you, be like, "How you doing, brother? What's going on,
Mm,
King?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want everybody that I talk to be like, "What up, my end? What up?"
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Come
bro,
on,
let's not even put that in the atmosphere.
air no more. Yeah.
Let's carry ourselves in a certain way. Like, I'm all for personality. I'm all for culture. I'm all for looking like who I am. But it
Mm.
comes a certain time where we don't have to have the ignorance that's connected to it. Like, bro, I was at a store the other day, and it was 3 black people behind me, right? Loud, drunk, belligerent. And the only thing I'm thinking is people looking at us and don't even know that I'm not even with them.
I'm
You
not
know
even
what I'm
with
saying?
them.
But
Yeah.
that's like, bro, people gotta understand when one person do it, it'll like we all do it.
All doing it.
I don't care how people want to say we all what they do ain't got nothing to do with me. Yes, it do. because
Unless you in some type of uniform, man, ain't nothing they can just, and even then, like ain't
they
nothing
don't
like
count
literally,
in.
bro. It don't matter. Like it don't matter what it is. They think you still like when you in a uniform, man. The respect that you get, man, it's like you got people, even if they may not agree with you, you know what I'm saying, on the political spectrum, they'll still be like, "Thank you for your service, man." Man, you
Yeah.
take that uniform out, like literally. When I ain't gonna lie, when I first joined back in 2022, I know it wasn't that long ago, but when I first joined, man. And I went home on A Trap, so I had my uniform on. That was the first time my elderly white man ever shook my hand a day in my life and had a conversation with me.
Where you originally from?
Georgia,
Oh
from the
shit,
South.
man.
Hey,
So
and
I
when
know.
I tell you, man, like I think that's where a lot of people. That's where so much pride come from in the military, especially like for black people or minority people, because we get a sense of like, okay, we finally get respected. We
Yeah,
finally belonging. You know what I'm saying? We
for
finally,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We finally getting that respect as a human being.
Hmm.
But it's just like it's so sad once you take that off, they don't see that. Like you say, they see your culture, whatever. Don't even know you're not even that person. You know what I'm saying? You serve in the military. You trying to help the community, and they
Yeah,
look at you like a. And that's why on that video. That's why and people don't understand. I was speaking to a certain people because I can't say what I want to say in uniform, but I was speaking to my people because
that's bro.
I
That's
know
what
it's
I
usually
don't.
always us. I'm
Come
speaking to
on,
my
man.
people, so it's just like I'm trying to tell, and I should never say YN because I know that everybody YN ain't the same.
We gotta stop
Yeah,
using that word
but
too.
I
We
know,
do gotta
but see,
stop
that's the
using that
thing.
word.
That's the thing. Every like perception is reality to certain people,
Hmm.
but my YN ain't the same to everybody. YN, mine is young nuisance. You know why? Because
Yeah,
when you think about YN, like what everybody else think about, is always presented at one group. But anybody can be a thug. Anybody
yeah.
can be a hooligan, not just black people. So I always say young nuisances. But like I
Hmm.
said, that's my fault for always, you know what I'm saying, for having that perception that people will understand that. So that's my, especially being in uniform. But the message still stands. I'm over here on the other side trying to warn you to, hey, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta calm
Stay out
down.
the way.
And
Chill, man.
people don't see it like they be like, oh, you traded this. Like, I'm warning you from the other side, like, hey, chill out. I know what's going on. I know what they trying to do.
Yeah,
You
bro.
chill
When I
out, please.
what I had a talk the other day, man. It's like, bro, I can't talk about how white people have treated me, how racism exists and all that. I can't speak about that if I can't
Mm,
speak to us. I can't speak to the way that my own people do me. So when I speak about the things that we do that we shouldn't be doing, people will say, "Man, don't turn on your own folks, man.
yeah.
You look at this coon, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Golly,
And that's the
it's
problem.
that,
No
bro.
accountability. No
It's that
accountability.
easy. It's that easy for them to switch on you though.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I say all the time, bro. It's like as big as I may get in life, I
Mm-hmm.
still
And
have
you
that
and you
one
blowing up
fear.
quick too. You blowing up quick. I remember when I
Man,
first
we
seen you.
blowing up quick.
You blowing up quick, man. I remember when I
Yeah.
first seen one of your video, and then to now, man. Like especially doing podcasts, I respect that you branching off and giving a different perspective, man.
Yeah, man, because bro, I'm all about elevation. Like I just can't sit looking at the camera all day and record. I got to think like, how can I make this into a business? How can I make this into something I can leave for my children? And more importantly, how can I make this into something that soldiers can benefit from?
Oh yeah.
I want CAMOTALK to be the biggest military platform. I want White House panels to be had on CAMOTALK. I
And
want
not only that,
soldiers.
you representing every
Yeah,
podcast I see when it comes to military, man. When I tell you, you know what it is. It ain't nobody like us. They may be skinfolk, but it ain't kinfolk.
man,
You know
come
what I'm saying?
on, bro.
And so you need other. You need you not even like we trying to divide, but you just need different perspective. And so
Yeah,
like people can see where you're
I
coming
need
from.
Bruh, I need people that look like me to be able to look at me and say he one of us. Because
Hmm.
bro, like so many people told me like, man, you are a voice that was needed, man. I don't want to hear all those other
Yeah,
podcasters, man. You are somebody that we can relate to. And I'm like, man, it gotta be many more podcasters.
it's
In the
not.
military podcast space, man,
It's
it's
not.
truly nobody like me. I
No.
don't care what nobody say, bro. And that ain't me bragging, but that's just me showing like how much this was needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like all of those other military podcasters, man, that are black, they always black bashing black soldiers. Now you know
Yeah.
how we was on that live a while ago with
Hmm.
Bear Bull and all them and all
Yeah.
that. So it's like,
Yeah.
and that showed me like, bro, y'all comfortable saying this type of stuff to people that look like us? That what bothered me is like,
And the thing about it, imagine, and that's why I appreciate you so much and the stuff that we do because they had soldiers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People just like them, they got souls. So it's just like, and I remember me coming in because, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I joined 3 years ago. So I know it's kind of fresh for me, even being a junior listed. It's fresh remembering like being what? Being green and not
Yeah,
understanding certain things in the politics of the military. So
yeah,
when you get on this platform and you speak, you know what I'm saying, as a senior leader and being somebody that is black just like me, I know, okay, they playing me. They trying to get over on me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They're abusing me. They being racist, whatever. That's how EO come about. That's how these truck programs come about when people get awareness, when you get different
yeah.
perspectives. That's how they come about, and they hate it.
Yeah, because a lot of time, bro, and I speak for senior leaders, I speak for junior soldiers, I speak for black, I speak for white. I feel like I speak for everybody, man, because I'm telling,
Yes.
when I press record on this camera, man, I'm really saying all the things that I wish somebody would have told me when I was younger. Because, like,
Yeah.
bro, when you green, you don't realize what certain things are. You think, like, oh, man, I just got to deal with it. Bro, I think about so many things and so many times where I allow somebody to play in my face and didn't even realize it because I'm thinking, oh, this is just the
Mm.
army. This is just what it is. But now I'm telling these young soldiers, nah, this ain't what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is
Ain't
what
no
they
doubt.
doing because it's going to be times, man, where somebody going to look at you as the punching bag for their problems. You got to be aware of that. You got to be aware of that and be able to stand tall because the moment that you let them punch you, whether physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever, they're going to continue to do it. Because a lot, bro,
Mm.
it's so cliche to say, right? All of these people who put on a uniform just to be bullies. We've all
Mm.
seen these people. The same way with police officers in certain neighborhoods. You became a police officer so you can be a bully.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanna be so transparent with soldiers to let them know like you have to be aware of these things. And you
Mm.
have to be aware to the point where you can advocate for the soldiers who might not see it.
And that's why they
Because
hate. That's why they hate mirror talk, whatever. And I'm gonna just say, because I know, I'm gonna probably clear this myself. Uh, there isn't a such thing as no official meal talk.
not at all.
People just be in military uniform because this is our 24/7, and they just speak their mind. No one
Yeah.
is out here trying to do this and that. We're literally just we live this job. That's why you got people that like cars and people that like this and that. So I'll say this right. People hate the idea of meal talk so much because people are learning so much. Like I remember when I
Yes.
was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, when I was in Korea, I was learning so much on social media that I became the person that I am. I
Mm-hmm.
am Tim. I am, Specialist Hayes because of what other people that I met on social media, the advice that they give me. Now I knew how to move. I knew about the VA loan, all that. So because of that, and so now you're giving power to people that may not have known certain things. You're giving them that power of the knowledge to know right from wrong in a sense, right? Just
You're
like a
removing
baby,
the
right?
wool from their eyes.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah,
once
that's
they're able
exactly
to
what it is.
see, then people can come together and be like, this is wrong, this ain't right, and this gotta go. And this why a
Yeah.
lot of people up top hate social media, even not even military social media, but overall, a lot of
Yeah.
people back then that get older that never had, they was doing so much dirt in the military and didn't have social media, didn't have all these cameras and stuff like that. I can only imagine, man, what they was going through back then. And
Man, the
so
things that
then,
I went
yeah.
through coming through, it's different, man. So people only care about meal talk when you're talking about the good stuff, when you're talking about the stuff that make people wanna join. I wanna give enough information to people that allows them to make an informed decision for their life. That's all it
Amen.
is, whether the good or the bad. I'm not gonna sit on here and say sexual assaults don't happen. I'm not gonna sit here and say racism doesn't happen because we have all seen these things.
And that's the
Now,
problem, bro. You said something powerful, man. Sorry to cut you off, but that's so powerful because again, it's about that transparency. You got people coming in, and I ain't even gonna say certain people are green. People coming in and are giving perceptions from recruiters that are
mm-hmm,
getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Say certain things. Of course, when you're trying to sell a job, you're not gonna talk about the bad. You're not gonna tell somebody, okay, you might potentially get sexually abused, and when you go ask for help, nobody's gonna help you, but there's instead gonna go against you because the person that
yeah,
sexually abused you was their friend.
mm-hmm,
People don't talk about that. So it's
yeah.
like what you doing, man. It's helping people, and that's kind of how I am. I want you to. I tell people all the time, join, man, get the benefits, but understand. Always do your research. You know what I'm saying? Get on TikTok. That's the first thing I did when I was joining. I didn't want it because I knew my recruiter. I wasn't green like that. I knew that he was gonna sell me a dream. I want to get on social media and actually see what people are living, what people are
Yeah,
going through. And once I seen in the military when all this and that, and I seen people have some downtime, and it wasn't just like in the war. I said, okay,
it's
I
a
can join
regular
that.
job. Yeah, the
That's,
perception of the military is so crazy, man. Because people who
mm.
don't know, all they assume is y'all just going to war every day. Y'all training every day. It's like, no. Sometimes we sit in our office and chill.
Yeah, and
Sometimes
just
we have
playing
orgasm.
cards,
You
playing
know what I'm
spades in
saying?
the
Yeah, we
field.
chill. But bro, that's the thing that I feel like is so important as being a soldier. Personality, man. Don't lose who you are because, bro, I can't tell you how many people that I know retire who don't know who they are, who don't know what
Mm,
they need to do. Then 20 years, 38 years old, all they know how to do is soldier.
mm,
And bro, you know, like you go to these. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You do have a certain level of PTSD just from being in the military.
yeah.
Just from if you might have never deployed, you might have never heard a gunshot, but just
Mm,
from the routine, dealing with the leadership, all of that type of stuff, you
mm,
still have a certain level of PTSD. Soldiers can't get out and go work regular job because they're not gonna be able to function in that environment,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You know, no matter where I'm stationed at, I always get me a second job because I still want to have that sense of civilian reality, right? So
Mm, yeah, that's important. That's important.
yeah,
That's
cause you go,
important.
bro, cause you still gotta understand what they going through as well,
Yeah.
bro. The civilian world out there, bro, folks is suffering, folks is struggling. It's hard out there, and you know
Hmm.
we get in this uniform, man, and it's so easy to talk high and mighty because we look at it like I got this, I got that, blase blase. But then it's kind of pushing away all the other people that's going through things because bro, you got civilian fans yourself. You got people
Hmm.
who probably gonna never pick up a uniform, looking at you as motivation.
Some don't even know I serve, man. They don't even know.
Yeah, but that's
And
the
yeah.
personality, man. They don't
Yeah.
they don't want they don't want to look at us and all they see is a soldier because all they gonna think that that's all it is. They not gonna look at you and be able to say like, yeah, this dude got CDL. He got his own company. He doing this. He doing that. You
You
gotta
got to put it
have
down. You
that,
got
man.
to put it down eventually. You
Yeah,
got
for
to put it
sure.
down in uniform eventually. You got people like certain people that you know retire and can't put it down, and that's the saddest thing. I think that's with any job. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to let it go because you were so locked into it. You didn't have a sense of what kind of a sense of yourself
Yeah, yeah.
outside.
No
A
identity.
lot of
No
people.
identity.
It ain't no. That's it. You didn't
Yeah,
have a sense of identity. Military
yeah,
was all you were. So when you get out, your family dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? Your kid, because they don't know who you are. You don't know
yeah.
who
You a
you are. You don't know
stranger at
what.
this point. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because you didn't have no identity when you joined. You expected the
Yeah.
military to give you an identity instead of saying, you know what, I'm still gonna be me while serving because
Yes,
I'm still
yes.
human. And I think that's what the biggest disconnect is to me as a junior soldier, you know what I'm saying, looking at certain NCO, you can tell the ones that still have a touch reality, you can tell the ones that want you to be like them, and so they're gonna imitate their leadership based on what they think you should be. And that's where a lot of the disconnect is because it's just like, man, I'm not gonna be on the level of whore that you are. Like you said,
Yeah,
if you want to get a transparency of, you want to talk about the good in the military and the bad, so people can at least get that sense of understanding. At least they can be.
yeah,
You want to warn people because
yeah,
people. That's why the PTSD is so bad because you're not telling people what it is. Same way when you see them commercials about the pills you take, you know what I'm saying. At the bottom, they tell you what's going on. What's going on. And I'm like, okay,
yeah. But look,
maybe I
they
shouldn't
got
take.
they got
Maybe
that
I
good
shouldn't take
music
this.
playing. They got them smiles on them, but they were like, yeah, but the side effects may include blah 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 blah. Like,
Mm.
damn,
You be
you
like,
didn't
whoa,
hit
okay,
you hid all
yeah,
the bad stuff in the music and in the smiles, and that what people
uh
do, man. They'll tell you
huh.
because, bro, what hurt me so bad, man, is when especially female soldiers. Even though I know that these horrible things happen to men, so many female soldiers coming to the military so wide eyed, so bright eyed, just wanting to serve, get to their first duty station and something traumatic happens to them and it ruins them for the rest of their life.
Rest of
They don't
their
have any,
life,
yeah, it is, bro.
and
Cause
they won't get help.
I look at people now. Every time it's certain people that I see on Meal Top, bro, and I'm looking like your mind didn't get right because it's certain things that they do and certain things that I'm saying. I'm like, you traumatized. You just don't want to admit it. You done went through some
Yeah,
things, and it's
yeah.
starting to show now. So it's like, man,
Hmm.
that's why I advocate for soldiers all the time, man. Go get the help. Is it 100%? Not at all, but at least it's a step.
Yeah, somewhere. It's
Yeah,
somewhere, man. And the
yeah,
military, we do have some good bit. I think a lot of people, and I tell people, don't, you know, what I'm saying, go to behavioral health, make sure it's documented. Of course, you
yeah.
want to make sure you get what you deserve, but also go to MFLAT. You know, what I'm saying, go to
Mm.
ACS because they have actual counselors that's gonna put, you know, what I'm saying, the military aside and talk to you. Like literally,
Yeah.
I had to do what was I had to do couples counseling
Mm.
And when I tell you, man, the woman, like, you can tell that they listening in tune,
Yes.
and that's the benefits that you do have in the military. So don't just think it's just behavior health. You feel like, oh, when the behavior health, okay, go there, get it documented, and then go actually get help. Go
Bro,
actually get help.
people so focused on the thing that you have to do to get money. Yes, it's cool.
Yeah,
Go
that
to your
kills me,
go to your
bro.
appointments, go to your behavior health, get all that, get your percentage, whatever that may be.
Yeah,
But also go get some of that
yeah,
financial
go get
counseling.
some help.
Also go get some of that marriage counseling. Like
Cause
it's
the
so
money ain't
many
gonna.
different
Yeah.
things. The money ain't, bro. And
Mm.
I want to double back to what you said earlier, man. Like you stated, you gonna wait for your VA to drop. You're gonna wait for this. You're gonna wait for that settlement, so you won't have to work. But you still are gonna work.
Yeah, you got to.
So many people have this mindset of, man, I'm just gonna kick back. No, especially as a man, it ain't no kicking back.
It
You know
ain't
what I'm
no, especially with a
saying?
family. No, it ain't
Yeah,
no none of that,
people
bro.
think
And that's yeah,
I'm gonna be 38 years old and I'm gonna get retirement and I'm gonna get this and I ain't gonna do no work. Man, you gonna get fat. That's what, bro.
yeah. Oh man.
That's why so many fat, sloppy people on meal talk now. Like, damn, you got so comfortable, man. And that's sad. And that's sad to say because some of these people are
And
cool people.
nobody held you accountable. That's
Yeah,
complacent.
no,
Nobody held you.
man. Bro. As soon as you walked across that retirement stage, you went home. You got on that couch, and weeks turned to months, months turned to years. Every little piece of discipline that you learned, you just lost. And now you
Yeah.
try. So many of these retired meal talk folks, man, try to get out the military and let themselves go, have no military discipline, no military mindset, but have the nerve to talk about when I was in. You're not
When I
in
was in.
now. You're not in
You're
now.
not in no
Don't
more.
even bring and you couldn't even get in now if you wanted to. Even if they allow you to get in up to 100
Yeah,
years
you can't
old,
talk about you can't talk about the
yeah,
standards now if you're not even following the standard because at the end of the day it's supposed to be instilled in you. That's not
yeah.
instillment.
Cause
That's
like
just holding on.
bro, it's like how can you be in a place for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, man, and just all of a sudden just let it go?
Mm.
You ain't doing PT every day. You ain't focused on your discipline. You like, bro, I don't get that. And maybe because people so focused on the 20-year finish line, but I'm like, I'm just gonna stay in as long as I can. Because
Uh-huh.
what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I
Mm.
still love this job. I still love this career. I still wanna lead and mentor soldiers, man, because bro, and I'm so glad that when y'all speak on me, y'all talk about like how I'm that senior leader that y'all can look at and be able to relate to and all that type of stuff. But man, y'all put me on game as well. Y'all showing me like, oh, this is what the
Okay,
young
yeah.
soldiers dealing with. So it's a give and take.
Yeah.
I don't separate myself from y'all because one day y'all will be me. Bro,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably an E5 now, E6 now. That's probably gonna shoot past me. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
I just want them to be able to understand that don't forget where you came from and always know where you going.
You going.
Because
Mm.
it's so easy to float into space, bro. You get so comfortable thinking like that tomorrow stuff. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna get it tomorrow. When folks talk to me, when folks say I'm gonna go ahead and enroll in school, go do it now.
Yeah,
Go
that's
in
the
the
biggest
computer,
thing.
look at it
Yeah,
right now.
that's what
Yeah,
I tell them. I gotta tell you, if you don't do it now, you're never gonna do it because you gonna already, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying. I'm gonna do it later on. And I tell people all the time when people say me like, okay, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want
yeah,
that. I'm gonna do around. I don't want the energy around me because it's
yeah,
complacent and your
yeah,
dreams gonna die like that. I want to hear that. I just did it. I just
yeah,
got it done.
yeah.
I
Bro,
just
cause
accomplished it.
I'm 36 and I look back at things that I said I was gonna do in my 20s and never did. I'm like, it ain't nothing but regret, bro. That type of stuff leads to nothing but regret because bro,
Mm.
you don't once you get a child, you don't realize how much time and money you really had to do
Mm.
everything you wanted. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like that, bro. Having a child now, my daughter 3 years old, man. Just the
Okay.
amount of time and money that I have spent, I could have went to Japan every week if I wanted to. It's like, bro,
Mm.
when I tell these young soldiers all the time, man, why you can
Why
do
you
it.
can't
Ain't
do it?
no, cause I'm telling you, bro, once them kids come, that time gone.
Mm-hmm.
That time is gone because, bro, everything that you were supposed to do prior, you got to do it for them now. You ain't
Yeah.
living your life no more. Like you said, your child motivated you to keep on going because now you got to do it for them.
Yeah,
We had our chance.
especially when you was like, especially like, well, okay, I'm finna be young and turn, and that's what I'm saying as well. Like when you say when I said, you know what I'm saying, we don't have time like we think. That's not even just about dying. That's about, you know what I'm saying. Somebody might God forbid get into a car crash, have
Yeah,
us, have a daughter, whatever. Now that time that you did have, you got to give some of that time away. So now
yeah.
you when you was young and turned for the past 5 6 years, now you 27 with a daughter, and now just like, man, you
You can't do nothing. And,
like,
and then like another thing, and
and
like
you
you said,
still can do it, and
it it
you still can do it, but.
it ain't about time a lot of the time. It's about the opportunity. It's about the resource.
Mm.
You so young and turning your 20s that you just letting all these opportunities pass you by. I think, bro,
Yeah.
I think about when I was in high school, all the folks that we call lame and all the folks that we said, y'all don't even get invited to parties. Man, them folks shitting on us now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like, bro, these folks own
hey.
businesses
And
in
you know what's
mansions.
crazy? You know what's crazy, man? I was that person. I ain't gonna say like lame, but my mom just didn't let me go out, right? And you know what I'm saying? And man, it's like a whole 360. Like nobody invited me to party. You know, they always knew Tim. You know what I'm saying? I was goofy, funny, whatever. I was always doing my social media.
A
And now
people
it's to the
person.
point where people call me, you know what I'm saying? People text me about this and that, and it's just like, damn, bro, the tables is really turned because, like you say, man, even then we in high school, you know what I'm saying? You want to be having fun, this and that, but like it really just shows when you say to yourself and when you hustle and grind, it show you how far you can go. You looking at a real
Yeah,
life projection of where you can go. And I
bro.
tell myself all the time, like, damn, 21. I'm like, what the hell? I gotta keep going, man. I wonder how far I can get.
But when you go back home and you look at what all the other 21s doing, 21-year-olds doing from your hometown, you be like,
They ready to join the
well, I'm
military now.
miles ahead. Man, what? What? You
Hey,
know,
they see what I do. They be like, I want to join the military now.
you watch streaming and all that type of stuff like Casanat and all them boys.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know I show speed, right?
Uh-huh.
So he went back to his hometown and he talking to all his old friends. He talking to all his old girlfriends. And I'm like, bro, this is the perfect example of how life would be when you blow up and go back to your hometown, man. It's so many
Yeah.
people was like, man, look at you now. We knew you can do it, blah blah blah. But I think his best friend was drugged out. His girlfriend was this. It's like, man, bro, it show you how far that you can really go and how you can't stay stagnant at all, man.
And that's
Comfort
the
will
big
cripple you.
thing. That's the big thing when you ask me like what should other young people do as well. I think as far as like other people my age, also see where you want to be in life and look at that person that closely resembles where you want to get to and look at how they're living. And not really like compare, but just look at what they're doing as far as their hustle and their grind,
Use
and
their
look at you, and
blueprint.
then wonder and then ask yourself, if I keep doing the things that I'm doing, will I ever reach my dreams? Cause like you just said, man, this man's Oscar Speed, he was streaming, doing the own thing. People did couching that. They were streaming before streaming was a thing. Like
Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
knew about, going live streaming, but they really made streaming what it is because that was their goal. They're doing their dreams now and they following it. Other people probably in their hood, they city, doing God, doing what the rappers doing. Want to be like the
yeah.
rappers. And now
And
the
you know,
rappers want to be like the streamers.
when that was streaming and doing and getting one viewer, two viewer, four, like, man, stop all that lame shit, man. You
Yeah.
that
Come on.
lame. Well, look at him now.
That's
You
and, that, and
got
that's
you.
another, but that's another thing. That's another thing. When you focus so much on the destination, you'll lose track on the progress, and that's
Yeah,
what
for
kills a
sure.
lot of people. When I hear
Yeah,
people say, and that's why I don't work with a lot of people. When I hear people say, "I'm trying to make money, I'm trying to make money," I shut them out because they're like, "You're gonna make money when you're
yeah,
hustling, you grind. The money's going." I tell people all the time, the money is gonna come, but you gotta fall in love with the process. Because I promise you,
yes,
there's gonna be
yes.
days and when you lose the money, it's gonna be when you negative. It's gonna be days when you only got one viewer. You still gotta grind like you made it already. So like that's the biggest thing.
Bro, I tell this is one of my mantras that I tell everybody, man. Success is in the journey. You doing it
Mm.
is making you successful. Folks will say, I want to be a streamer. Go stream. I
Go
want to be a
stream.
rapper. Go to the studio. I want
Mhm.
to be a fitness person. Go to the gym. You're doing it. You are that thing now. You so focused on you. People look at the numbers to validate who they are.
Mm-mm.
That even though Casanet got a million streams and all that type of stuff, he's no different. If you take out the money, he's no different than that person with one viewer
You on
streaming
viewer.
from his crib. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
you gotta be
And he
willing to
was
see
that
your
person.
vision through. Yeah,
He was that person that way. He was that person.
yeah,
And
yeah.
there's one line that Drake said. One line that Drake said. I forgot what song it was. he said I wonder what life is be I wonder what life would be um if I never started rapping. You know what I'm saying? He was like, so he was talking about like I wonder how my life would be if I never started doing what I wanted to do. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And you look at Cosme like you said, I Show Speed, they started somewhere. You gotta
yeah,
start somewhere. We always want to be like, oh, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, or I wanna do this. I'm gonna tell people right now, you don't want to do it, right? If you saying you want to do something and you got Chat GBT, YouTube, Google that is free, like literally, my old lady, she's starting her podcast now. She could have asked me all the questions in the world how to get it set up. All right, I got the knowledge. She went on Chat GPT and it got her a photo,
gave
it
it to
got
her
her
like that.
everything. Because she wanted to do it. So when I
Yeah,
hear people saying I want to do something for years, I'm like, bro, just stop talking to me, man.
yeah,
You
cause,
demotivate me.
bro,
Like, cause you can do
demotivate.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
You like you like cause I know you can do it.
Yeah, cause bro, when folks get around me and they say like talk shit like I'm a stud, but I gotta get a camera, I gotta get this, bro. I'm on my phone, bro.
Phone doing
I
it.
got some AirPods. You don't want it bad enough. You trying to financially procrastinate and say I gotta buy this, I gotta get that. No, you don't.
No, you
Everybody
don't.
started from somewhere. You don't want it bad enough, and you so, bro. Like I'm gonna tell you, like
That's it.
my whole life, I've been on the internet in some type of capacity. But you know, insecurity is coming to play, and it's like, well, I can't post this because I don't look right. I can't post this because of that and that.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. You
Y'all stop.
have to do it. You have to do, bro.
Hey.
I probably got a rotation of 14 shirts, and I wear them, bro. You know, some folks be scared to wear the same shirt in videos. I got
Mm.
probably about 100
Hey.
videos in this one. You know
I'm
what I'm
glad, and
saying?
I'm glad you said that, man. Cause like literally, bro, I come to the function, I go like literally. You can ask anybody around me, man. When I go to the club or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm disappointing somebody, or whatever. I'm in Crocs, tank top, and shorts. I'm talking
We
about every
chilling.
time somebody see me, and it got to the point where my friend was like, dang, Tim, you don't never dress. And I told him, I said, why do I gotta dress? Who am I trying to impress?
Exactly.
I'm already where I want to be in life. I'm already on track. I already got so much that I accomplished. The clothes didn't do it. The shoes didn't do it. Nobody
Yeah.
did it but me. So I walk around. People know when Tim come around, Tim ain't got to dress a lot. Because Tim, his confidence, his energy, and who he is going to speak volume. I ain't got to, well, I'm going to pop it with $300 shoes. What money is it going to make me? But
Nothing.
see,
It gonna take
but I
money.
thank God for career, man. I thank God for, you know what I'm saying, exposure and experience because being in career, I was seeing it. I'm trying to spend, I'm going broke, going living check to check, and I'm getting extra money in career. I'm going check to check to keep up with the image because we're going to the club every weekend trying to hustle and work and build ourselves up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm doing all of this. I'm making money anyway. So, bro,
Yeah.
towards like the middle career, I just started dressing how I am now, and the money was
Yeah.
still coming out. And that clicked in my head. Some of the old folks always said, it don't matter about what you got. It don't matter about what the Jones got. You just be you.
Yeah.
And once they clicked in my head, I promise you, it don't matter the video, it don't matter where I go, it don't matter what it is. Now, if I'm doing a business meeting, like I had a business meeting yesterday, the most I put on was like some Air Force Ones. It was a little dirty anyway, a clean little shirt and some shorts. I still gonna be
Yeah.
myself because I don't
Bro,
want, I don't want you to,
it's about
yeah,
it's integrity over image. You can, bro, you can be clean and be the worst person on earth. But if I can look at you and tell that you got everything else going on, that the clothes ain't even set, the clothes is just secondary. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Man, bro, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. It's crazy how folks kind of get into this mindset of thinking that they got to look a certain way. That ain't never procrastinate. You
hmm
have to do it. You have to, bro. So many people like, man, I can't just look in the camera and do this TikTok stuff. Well, you if you can't do it, you
yeah.
can't do it. That's
You didn't
all it
have the
is.
art for it anyway. That's one thing about it. That's why I tell people all the time, right? Because I tell people like that look up to me. I say first you gotta ask God what do He want for your life. Because a lot of
Yeah,
time we'll be trying to compare ourselves to other people. That's not even what you're supposed to do. Because one thing I tell people, I say one thing about it. If it's already in you, it's gonna come out. Like I told you,
for sure.
I'm on interviews right now, doing interviews, doing YouTube, doing podcasts, doing TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Doing events. I've been doing the same thing I've been doing since I was 9 years old, since I could understand what a phone was. I tell you, I've been doing this for 11 plus years.
Yeah,
And I've been
people.
growing along with it because that's who I am. What's
Yeah,
in you go come out.
bro, I was having a talk with somebody yesterday, and we was talking about like, bro, people will want to do something just because they see somebody else
See,
doing it. They'll see you working your move and say, "Oh, well, I'm gonna do that because he winning off that." But that's because that's what that person does. People talk about, man, these gamers they make all this money and blah blah blah. Them folk been playing games their whole life.
yeah, whole life.
If they weren't getting paid, they will still be playing games. They just found a way to make it work. I tell folks all the time, you have to know who you are in order to know what you want to do. You
Yeah.
if you keep sitting out here trying to follow trends, follow the leader, keep over the Jones, you're gonna keep doing what everybody else doing and failing at it because it's not genuine to
And
you.
never be yourself. And I think that's the
Yeah,
biggest thing you said about trends, right? Because you see a lot of people try to follow the trends because that's what pick up on the algorithm because that's what's
yeah,
popular at a certain time. But from a marketing aspect, you see people following trends, they blow up off that trend. You got to now keep doing that, keep doing it again. One thing about it, you're not authentic. I see so many people doing a trend on YouTube when like they doing like the little pot balloon whatever, and they views slowly going down. But you got people like Cosnet, they can sit in their room and go live all day and be themselves.
yeah,
But guess
and
what? That's
being
what they
genuine who
display.
they are. Yeah, because what I bro, I hate copycat. I hate copycat entrepreneurs, man.
Yeah, I hate
Like
it, bro. It pissed
it
me
got to
off,
be
bro.
some way where you can kind of work your own move. Like when that pop balloon first came out, I was like, bro, that is something fresh. That is something new. But then you
New.
start seeing about
They
10 or
dragged
15
it.
of those, like, yeah, it's you you devaluing the brand. That's one thing I
Same
want
thing
to
with
talk about.
streaming. Same thing
Yeah,
with
oh
streaming.
man,
I got my homeboy right now talking about I'm streaming now. Oh, you weren't streaming 5 years ago. You just started. I said, man, I don't be
yes,
trying to discourage people because sometimes stuff can work out. But in my head, I'm just like, I know this ain't something you doing it because you see what's popping right now, and
yeah.
it's not you. Just be yourself.
I see, bro. Like I be scrolling on TikTok and I'm like, what the hell is Tiger doing streaming? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is so and so
Yeah,
doing
what
streaming?
is
Like,
Usher doing streaming?
yeah,
Yeah, you like y'all. But one thing about it, these are the same people that people was looking up to, and it just shows you like it ain't and it ain't a not to them because some people just be bored, they want to scream and stuff like that. But they would have never did it them own self if Kai didn't make it pop it. I so speed
yeah,
and make all these
exactly.
people never started making it pop. They wouldn't do it on their own. They want to do it because they see okay, this still make me some money. I'm still trying. Because I told y'all in the beginning, I told y'all most of these rapping people you look up to, only reason they got it like that because it's alone. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, if you want to be like, you want to be like little baby, all that, build up your credit and go get a loan from the bank. You get whatever you
Then
want,
what
but just somebody
That
pay
what
it back.
Money Man talking about. Money Man say that I don't get a, I go to a loan, I go to a broker, get me a loan, and then I pay them back. Cause
Yeah,
that regulator gonna get you every time.
the interest. Yeah, you can't do no credit off no loan, no sir, and that's how they get you. And so now
Bro,
you
but the
see that
thing
people still
is,
doing that.
so many people love to, I tell folks, man, just because you can afford the payment don't mean you can afford the car. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Cause like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I can manage that, but that interest gonna hit you every time. You know
And,
what I'm
and
saying?
not and not only that, bro, because I'll say I fall victim to it as well. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty good at managing money, and I got a Mercedes Benz. I was like, okay, because like my interest was lower. I was like paying 360 a month for the car note. But like you said, okay, I can manage the payment, bro. But when something broke down, when I got
That
into that
maintenance
accident,
of
and I'm paying for
woo.
man, when I tell you, man, I had to pay $1,200 just for a radiator. I go,
Yeah,
oh God.
let me get that kid stand.
Hey, and listen. I look, and get what? When that car broke, I went back to my kid. I went back to the beginning because I had to. Sometimes you gotta hold yourself accountable and go back to being humble. I said,
Yeah,
let me.
oh for
And
sure.
one thing about me, I was when I got the car, I was never big here. So when I got back in the store, remember I told you we wear the same clothes. I got it. I'm still who I am. Even
Yeah,
in the store,
yeah,
I'm still handling business and
yeah,
traveling the world. It don't matter what you put me in, but they just reminded me like, okay, that's just I can handle all that, but right now, boy, I'm gonna have to
yeah.
get that VA or something, boy, because that 1,200, then 800, no.
But I,
And
but
like
I,
you
but I,
said, people live above their means.
hell yeah, and it'll drown you. I think it's so important to be who you are, be genuine, man, because that's
Hmm.
part of your journey. It's so dope to look back, bro. I'm gonna look back at this video and see I got a wall with nothing behind me.
Hmm.
10, 15 years from now, it's gonna be awards, plaques. I'm gonna have a whole studio, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
look back at these videos and be like, if I didn't have the courage to do this, I wouldn't have all this.
You ain't never had it in the beginning.
Folks want to look like the finish line at the starting line, and that ain't how it works.
Ooh.
Well, I just said that. Hey, hey,
Hey, but ain't gonna lie, what you said just really broke down majority of what we was talking about from the constant to
yeah,
people want to do this and that and be something they not in the military and this and that. You want to be like the drug dealer because he got money. You see him at the finish line, but you don't know where he started from. So now you messed up in the head and now you
exactly.
just come on now. Okay, like you
Yeah,
just said, people like to start at the finish line.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you like, cause I'm about to go ahead and cut this short, man. Cause
uh
bro, we had a great talk, man. But I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. We got to do this a month. This got to
uh-huh.
be. I don't know. We got to go live every week or something. Yeah,
Like a
like
daily
yeah,
thing, man.
Yeah, even if it's weekly. Sometimes,
Yeah.
bro, we can just chop it up and just talk. You know what I'm saying? Because what we just had, bro, that's bigger than the podcast. That's bigger than the episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you put me on game, I put you on game, man. So
Mm-hmm.
let me just go ahead and wrap this up, man. And bro, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, dog, for allowing me to just talk. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you was interviewing me just then. You know what I'm saying? Talking to
Hey,
me.
now no, for real, because man, what you doing right now, man, it feels like every time I see you, man, you motivate me to be more and articulate with my work. Because I see you be touching certain types on type of subject, and you know the words to say. That's articulation, and
Yeah.
every powerful person has that ability because you got to
Mm-hmm.
be able to know what you're saying and know your audience, man. So I look at you all the time, like, okay, let me slow down my words, let me know what I'm saying, let me kind of prepare what I'm gonna say, so I don't just go off my lip and some come out and I mess up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for
Because
sure.
it means a lot. It means a lot in the business world, and you doing the military, and sometimes you gotta hold your tongue, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been wanting to speak to you, man.
Yeah, and you inspire me as well, man, for you to be so young and be able to articulate yourself and be able to talk about those hard hitting topics and not have no shame or not have no fear when you do it, man. Because like it's people your age that they ain't trying to touch the thing that you talk about. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm like you said, man, you have the faith and you have the knowledge and you have the ability to stand 10 toes down on what you say because you know your intention and you know what that is. And I think
Right.
that's dope, man. And we for sure definitely got to have more of these talks, man. And
Uh
we
huh.
both on our way to the top. Your brand about to
Can you
take off.
have more people on here? Can you have like, is it just two people?
I don't even know.
I
I'm
ain't gonna
new.
lie, cause
Well,
I don't know if you know, it's a guy that I don't really agree with a lot of stuff he say. You know what I'm saying, mentally wise, but he does have to where he is the main like host, and he has a bunch of other people
oh, the
covering
panels, the
topics.
panels.
Yeah, and when I
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah,
I watch him though because you get to hear other people, and then often it's not just the same ideas. People like rebutting, but the way he has it is professional. So you know, you warn people before time like this and that and this and that, and so it's like a conversation,
I
like a
think
podcast.
I think that's a TikTok. I think that's a TikTok feature. I
That
was
is,
going.
it's the panel. Yeah, it's the panel though. It
Yeah,
is. Yeah, you know, Latoya be doing it all the time, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
love being on that thing, man. We talk for
I'm a
hours, but you talk for hours too.
Yeah, I plan on doing a panel. Me, Collins K and Mesner is a captain that's in the behavior health field. Me and them, I'm putting together a
Mm.
panel. We're gonna be talking about mental health and all that type of stuff, man. Because from the
Mhm.
Georgia incident at Fort Stewart, man, that kind of triggered a lot of emotions for a lot of people, man. Cause and, you know, it's one of those things where it's like that could have been any of us. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I feel how I feel, right, of the situation, but I can't ignore the reality that people are dealing with things that a lot of them just can't handle.
And
So
that's
we,
why I appreciate you. Now that's the one video that stood out, and I appreciate you, man, because like I spoke on it well from my perspective, and like you say, you got to know your intention, and you got to be who you are and confident in what you stand for. But when I seen your video, man, like when you speak, man, like it's like me and you. 'Cause I do the same thing too. You have a gift of speaking how you're speaking, but still speaking in a neutral tone to where
yeah,
you see where this coming from, but you're on this stance, and it's vice versa. So when you
yeah,
brought up that we brought up that conversation, being somebody that was a part of the incident and was there in the area, I respected that. You know what I'm saying? You respected this side, and then you also didn't leave out this side because a lot of time what we feel is right and wrong is what we feel, and then we push that, but we don't understand how did somebody become broken enough to even get to where they
yeah,
did so much wrong. You see what I'm saying?
exactly.
And that's important in anything in life, with your marriage and everything, because it's not always about how I feel or what I think. You had
Yeah,
what's that power? What is it? Empathy, when being able to like relate or understand where somebody could have come from. What is it? Empathy, sympathy. You
yeah,
got to have
empathy,
those
empathy. Yeah,
characteristics.
yeah, for sure, for
That's what
sure.
makes you human.
Yeah,
Anybody could have been in this position. So we have to understand where they come from, so we can prevent from them even getting there. That's what's important.
absolutely, absolutely. Because like I only got two eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I can only
Mhm.
see things in a certain way. I need to be able to understand how other folks feel about it because I don't want to alienate anybody because of my opinion. Like
Mm.
I can feel how I feel, but I still got to be understanding of everybody. Because bro, you can say the
Yes.
wrong thing and push everybody away, but it's like, damn, I didn't mean that. I hate when
Yeah.
people try to be like, I said what I said. I stand on what I stand. You ain't trying to hear
Oh
nobody
man,
else then.
I don't respond to them and I don't pay no my mind because it's ignorant and it's arrogant and that cuts off your ability to understand. You know what I'm saying? In
Yeah,
Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, it says, lean not into your own understanding. So when I heard that verse, I was just like, I gotta take myself out of everything sometimes. I got not everything, but I gotta take myself out of some things. Because if
yeah,
I just okay, this is what I believe, like you said, how can you be a great leader? How can you speak to everybody? I think about Obama, right? I think because I was watching, I tell you, I'm such an old head, I was watching his documentary and I was seeing how he believed in one thing and other people believed in this thing, but because of how he articulated himself and
yeah,
how he reasoned and said, I understand where you coming from. Some of them red states, man, he got them red states. I don't want everything. I looked at it and now that I'm older, I was like, wow, how did he do it? But because of the person he was, it's the same way how you speak. That's
yeah,
how you bring people. That's how you bring people together when you can
yeah,
articulate both sides and find common ground. I kept saying that about the whole bitch stuff like that. You ain't gotta understand, you ain't gotta agree. But you said it too. You said let's find common ground,
yeah,
and that's where you can
exactly.
start from.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro. And like, I'm man, bro. When y'all say that shit about me, man, like I know how to articulate myself and the way that I express myself, man. That means so much to me because I feel like that's my biggest flaw. I feel like I don't know how
Mm,
to talk. I feel like I don't know how to get my point across. But this is a prime
that's
example
crazy.
of you have to get out of your own head.
Yeah.
If I was so insecure, I probably would never make another video. But it's like
Mm,
I'm saying these things and people are getting it, even if it's one
mhm.
person. As long as that one person gets it, I know I'm headed in the right direction. But like you
And it's
said,
coming from you that matter. And it
yeah,
matter. Everybody matter, but it matters more when we coming in. Like you gotta understand, so we're coming in. Like you guys have been in and seen so much, have so much experience. Other people have too, but other people are selfish with their knowledge. Y'all come
yeah,
in like you and Master Parker, and y'all speak and y'all stand up for what y'all believe in, and it gives people that want to do 20 years. So okay, I see how he's been a leader. I see that it's possible at his big rank. I
yeah,
know that I can do it too, and
yeah,
that's how we push all this negativity out, and we have people that actually have some kind of common sense into these positions,
yeah,
being these high rooms. But it starts with us.
yeah.
It
Because
starts with us.
even the people that don't agree with me, even the people that don't stand for what I stand for, I still leave the table open to have a conversation with them.
Conversation.
Because explain to me, like they got to explain to me, why do you feel this way? And I like
Yeah.
bro, conversation rule the nation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Uh
anybody that's ever willing to have a real conversation with me, I'm gonna have it every time. But it's when that
huh.
ignorance comes in. I want to double back to what you said earlier about how it's like when you got on the uniform, you got all the respect in the world. But when you take it off, they
Mm.
look at you like you're just another N word, right? But now we
Yeah.
have this other added thing that they can look at us and say, you ain't shit. When we in that uniform, we have this beard. They look at us like
Uh-huh.
you, bro. It don't matter, bro. I
But
look at
outside of it, it's not an issue.
yeah,
But
exactly, bro. But I look at Massar Parker, Sergeant First Class Douglas. I look at these dudes as high elevating people in the military. But it's people who look at them and they'll face your head and look at them as if they ain't nothing. I'm like, you can reduce
mm.
everything this
And
person
accomplish
done,
so much.
man, and still grown. He just made first sergeant, but and somebody made a comment was like
Who
another
did?
mistake. Massar Parker.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
he
yeah. I
yeah
see
he
that.
first
Okay,
saw
okay,
Parker
yeah.
now, yeah. And somebody in the
There it
comments,
is.
a person that look like us, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, said the army made another mistake. I'm like, damn, like, bro, it's nothing but congratulations from black, white, Asian, Latino, congratulations. And the one person that looked like him said the army made a mistake, bro.
And you know the crazy, you know what the crazy part is? Somebody's like Master Party. He's a great example. Like I think that's why he sticks so well because he's not just one of these people that's speaking and don't have nothing to back it up. This man has been deployed, all this
Yeah,
whacked up. Like he is the example of what people want for a leader. He's the example of what citizens want to be protecting the country. But
yes,
because just one attribute that he have, it disqualifies everything, and it really it's really painting a lot of people in a bad image to where like no matter what I do, if I don't be who you want me to be, I can never mean none to you, and that's
yeah.
pushing a lot of people out the door, and they have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, and I tell myself all the time, like, I got this far with this beard. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mhm.
can't be that bad. And I can't let, bro, I can't let folks reduce me to this, knowing what all I did,
Yeah.
knowing what all I can offer. Like, bro, if I can just reduce my, bro, the stuff that I do on Meal Talk, man, I feel like it's just as important as stuff that I do in my career. This is how
Mm-hmm.
important this is to me because I know what it can do. I know the people that
Mm-hmm.
it can reach and the things that it can change. where what we doing, this can literally change the perspective of the military forever. You know what I'm
Look at
saying? Like,
Latoya, like she evidence that, you know what I'm saying, her fight and what she done changed. And not only that, I think about like you said, you're open to have these conversations, right? Imagine you talk to somebody that don't agree with you, but you get them to understand a few things, and he go back, he say, you know what? I may not understand, I may not have agreed in the beginning, but I've talked to somebody that has a beard, and I see where they're coming from, and maybe we can change some things.
yeah,
That's how
yeah,
that's how we got a black president in office now, by
yeah,
having those conversations.
yeah.
But people are afraid to have them, and okay, this is the regulation. This is what it is. Just leave it alone. But when
Nobody
you have
wants
that
to be
mindset,
wrong.
never trying to challenge everything.
Yeah. But look, man, I'm gonna cut this short, man. I'm gonna leave the opportunity for you to, bro. The floor is yours. Say what you need to say. Say what you feel to say. Talk to the soldiers. The floor is yours, man. Whatever you feel like you need to say, man. There you go.
I'll say this: always know where you come from, so you know who you are, and you know where you're going. Because when you know those three things, that eliminates the ability for someone to come in and change who you are in your DNA. Always remember that you're not bound down by your awards, your accomplishments, or how people view you. You are seen and you are valued by the value that you give yourself. When you
Mm,
walk in these rooms, when you go to these boards, when you go to your schools, you show who you are and you let people know you will not be intimidated by their perception, but you will be known for your character. And when you have that simple mindset, whether you want to be a millionaire, when you want to be the next president of the United States, that's going to take you a long way, and people are going to honor that and respect that. And just always treat people right. I always treat people right and always be an understanding person and always find common ground, even when you disagree.
man, I didn't know you were gonna
And I'll leave
preach.
it out with them. Hey, I'm
For
gonna clip
sure.
that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
clip
oh,
that. I'm
man, what?
gonna
That's the
clip
first
it.
thing I say. I'm clipping that tonight and sending that
I'm gonna clip
up.
it. Hey, please send it to me. Let's go.
I got you.
Send it
I'm
to
gonna
me.
send it as soon as I get
Please.
done. I'm
'Cause
gonna
I'm
do
gonna,
it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
set
send
an
it to you.
ad. I don't know if you're on Instagram. I tell people all the time, like, you know what I'm saying, have those social media platforms so it can bring everybody back to here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got Instagram, but I got to start being on it just as much as I am on TikTok. Even if
But
it's
it,
just,
but one thing about this, you can clip and you can send it with TikTok. That's what I love about like podcasting. So you can clip it and put the reels. And a lot of times you see on Instagram, you like literally. I didn't see the Young Thug interview until I seen the clip and I went to go see it.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yep,
powerful the clips is. Same thing
yeah,
with streaming. That's why people be clipping now. That's why people be clipping. So
yep,
hey, I'm
yep.
telling you,
We
it's
got it.
time
We
to
got
change
it.
the world, man.
Man, we already in the making, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And this is just the first of many, dog. We
Yes.
gonna have these talks more and more, man. Because as we grow,
Mhm.
we gonna be in these rooms. Then
Mhm.
we gonna lead to these
Especially,
studios.
especially when those topics and those conversations arise, that'll give you stuff to talk about as well.
Yeah, for
Just
sure, for
like the show
sure.
in Chicago, man, it gives you stuff to talk
Yes.
about.
Yeah, for sure. But look, man, look, enjoy the rest of your night, man. I appreciate you, dog.
Okay, man, I'm gonna keep him to. I'm gonna say your number right now, man. I'm gonna hit
Bet,
you.
bet. Lock me in.
All right, man. All right, man. Love, lock in, man.
Look, always.
All right.